Hey guys, Jay here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you a super delicious collard greens recipe I just created, so stay tuned. Okay guys, so I already cleaned and chopped some fresh collard greens. I'm going to show you how I clean my collard greens and how I chop them and remove the stem. So let me show you that now. What I do is I place my collard greens in a big dish. I do not sit my collard greens in the sink, nor do I sit them in the bathtub. I think that is disgusting, but my elders did do that. They would sit a large amount of collard greens in their tub and they will wash them in there, and I just think that that's disgusting. So I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to place the collard greens in a big bowl or dish like this. What I do is create a salt water solution. I sprinkle salt over them just a little. Sometimes I use vinegar or lemon juice if I don't have salt. And I fill whatever I put them in with water. And I just do this. Just scrub them. I scrub the front and the back. And sometimes I just let them sit in the vinegar water solution or salt water solution for about 20 to 30 minutes or so. So there are two ways people commonly remove the stems from the collard greens. The first way is to fold the collard green. Push the stem to the side. And slice it off that way. Or you can just take a knife and cut closely to the stem and remove it this way. Like I said earlier, I don't get rid of all of the stems. I do keep some of them. And the ones that I do keep, I just chop them into small pieces like this, and I keep about a cup worth of chopped stems. Okay? Now I'm going to show you how I chop my collard greens. I fold one end over the other. I roll them up. Like that. I cut them widthwise, and then I guess this is lengthwise. So I cut them from side to side and then top to bottom. Okay, so here are my chopped collard greens. What I'm going to do now is chop the turkey tail into small pieces because it's done now. It's nice and tender. And I'm going to keep the water that it boiled in, and I'm going to add it to the pot of greens to give the greens additional flavor. So that's what I'm going to do now. Chop up the turkey tail. Alright, PBJs, the ingredients you're going to need for this recipe are minced garlic, butter, onions, peppers. If you don't have a red bell pepper, you can just use a green bell pepper. Vegetable oil. I'm using old oil that I use to fry chicken. Smoked turkey tails, apple cider vinegar, chicken broth, 2 chicken flavor bouillon cubes, and a bunch of seasonings. Make sure you have all of these ingredients because you're going to need them to make the world's best. I said the best collard greens. These are the best collard greens in the whole wide world. Whole wide world. Don't nobody make collard greens like me. Nobody. Don't nobody make them like I do. Or as good as I do. So the first thing that we're going to do is saute the onions and peppers and wilt the collard greens. So get a large size pot, place it over medium-high heat. Add in your oil and butter. Then you're going to add in the onions and peppers. Now we're going to add in the collard greens, and we're going to add a little at a time. So we're going to add just a small amount first. You see how the collard greens are shiny? That's the way you want them to look. You want to make sure that they're fully coated with the fat that we added. Now we're going to add in the stems that we chopped. We're going to reduce the heat from medium high to medium. Going to add in the smoked turkey tails. The chicken broth. The apple cider vinegar. Did I say cider? Talking too fast. The minced garlic. And last but not least, the 2 chicken flavor bouillon cubes, and all the seasonings. Cover them with a lid and let them cook until they're nice and tender. PBJs, this is how the collard greens are looking after an hour. Collard greens are weird because sometimes it takes 50 minutes for them to get tender, and sometimes it can take up to 2 hours for collard greens to get nice and tender. But look at how colorful that juice is when you see collard greens with juice colorful like this. You know that the collard greens are well seasoned and they're gonna be packed with flavor. I said packed with flavor. And when you eat them, you're going to have a foodgasm and lose your mind because you're going to recognize that these greens are the ones that you're going to make for the rest of your life, and you'll never go back to making greens the way your mama taught you how to. You'll never go back to making greens the way your grandmama taught you. You never go back. I'm bugging. I am bugging. Okay, PBJs, the collard greens are all done now. This is how they look. They are super delicious, and I hope you guys enjoy them as much as I always do. For this recipe and more, visit PhillyJCooking.com. Later.